So if you're sitting in the room today and you're still not sure that what we have is real, you might as well leave now, because I don't think we can convince you. This is amazing stuff. Amazing speakers.
Yeah, and all I have to tell you is, like, you don't get this unless you come to the events. So this is how important to come to the events. Like, this man has a wealth of knowledge to share with you. And if it wasn't from him, when we first introduced the GPS line, I would not have the results that I have now. I lost over 30 pounds and getting a lot of muscle weight. Not fat, muscle weight. And literally since we started taking the GPS product, I love the GPS product, but most of all, I love what this man's going to share with you. So grab your pen and paper and take good notes, because this man's going to show you how you can really get results for your gym rat like I am.
Coach Mark Wilson.
Thank you. Great to be here amongst so many of my friends I've known for so long. Before I start, I want to just take a second and acknowledge the fact that about 15 years ago I met President and Mrs. Bush. And what incredible people. I mean, I've never seen like that. You talk about what a life well lived, but I just want to bring this up because this is what she said when she spoke to the ladies at Wellesley College. She said she hoped the students would consider making three very important choices. Believe in something larger than yourself. I think that's why you're here. Believe in something larger than yourself. Number two, find the joy in life because it's supposed to be fun. So would you have fun? Let's have fun, right? Yeah. And then finally, cherish your human connections, because it really, when it's all said and done, that's really about all there is. I want to thank Jared and Heather Burnett. To me, the reflection of the successful human beings is not finances. It's a great marriage and raising good children.
That's right.
And they have three beautiful sons, and they've just done a great job. And I've known them a long time, so it's been fun to watch them grow. Dr. Buckner, how about that deal? I mean, that's legit. I didn't want to follow Dr. Buckner, but I had no choice in that matter. Also, thank you to Darren Hogue, who's become such a dear friend of mine, and I can smell leadership a mile away, good or bad. I can see it, I can taste it, and that man is an incredible leader. Hitch your wagon to that guy. So, yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. I've been asked to come up here and speak today on the GPS line because of my background. I coached college athletes, professional athletes for over 30 years, and my job, quite frankly, was to help them win, help them get faster, stronger, more flexible, give them an attitude, because all of those talents without an attitude doesn't do you any good. So it was fun. I loved my job. I loved working with the kids I worked with. Nutrition was a huge part of it. So I've seen an awful lot of things in my lifetime come and go. And this GPS line here is the gold standard, all right? It just is. People can come up and have discussions with me, and I'm respectful. But this stuff is truly incredible. So I'm going to jump into some things with the limited time that I have. I'm going to cover the GPS line. And I'm not going to get super technical. Because that's not it. It's about stories. It's about stories. Ingredients is not what it's about. You want to know and have trust in it, which, by the way, I've known Rich Scheckenbach a long, long time. And he's the other reason I'm here. Because if he makes it or has anything to do with it, I take it. All right? Darren Blackhurst, who's been around a long time, also biochemist. When I was given the introduction, now trust me here, when I was given that introduction, and that's so nice, and I do have some efforts that I've put forth through nutrition. Compared to those two guys, I know nothing. How many biochemists in the room? How many biochemists? None? What's up with that? So here's the deal. Don't try to act like one. Your friends know you're not. I know you're not. I'm not. So don't act like one. But we have people that have that caliber of expertise to guide us. So let's get a move on here. This is the Gamecock football team, 1984. In 1983, when I got there, they were not good. They were not good. We went 3-8. We lost to just about everybody but the early season schedules. And but it was, you know, they loved their football. 70,000 people to go watch them lose, but they loved it. This football coach in the middle in the black there, Joe Morrison, did something that had never been done before in college football. He kept the entire team throughout the entire summer to make sure they had the proper nutrition so that they would come back ready to go. Because these guys in '83, we'd send them off looking like beasts. They'd come back, you didn't know who they were. They didn't have food, they didn't have training, so we kept them. The next year, 1984, almost won the national championship. 10-1. We beat Florida State, we beat Notre Dame, we beat Clemson, we beat Georgia, we beat everybody. 10-1. That story is simply laid out there so you understand the importance of recovery and nutrition. It is absolutely paramount, not only for athletes, but for you as human beings. All right, I use the phrase gain or retain. As we get older, I don't want any more muscle. I'm just trying to stay fit and keep what I got. When you're younger, I mean, you're looking in the mirror at every little thing that's coming on. You know. But when you're getting older, it's like, you know, my spine can't hold that. But I want to keep the muscle that I have. You do too, because muscle is precious. When you lose your muscle, your world shrinks. This line, I'm telling you, I've said it before, could be a monster company all by itself, and some of you are missing out on this product line. I classify the products in this great company as foundational, core 4, right? Foundational, aspirational. So you know you want to aspire to do more, and then the rest of the product line simply falls into specialty products like the Mila, the Matcha, the Sulfur. I wake up every morning, I don't know if you knew this, my wife shoves a glass of sulfur under my nose. That's how I wake up every day. Did you know you can actually snort sulfur in solution? So that's how I wake up every day. But she is a huge sulfur person. So this story is significant because recovery is key. Now I want you to take a look at this too. Sarcopenia, some of you have seen this. A lot of you are new, you've not seen that. It's a condition of age-related loss of muscle and strength. We live in a nation of physical illiteracy. Physical illiteracy. Our kids don't play anymore. We sit down, we play on our gadgets. I don't care how much money you got, you're turning into a pile of goo. All right? And that's not conducive to a fun, healthy lifestyle. So your core 4 is going to lay the foundation. Then you're going to be active. I don't care what you do. I met a guy the other day that took a job in the waste industry dumping trash cans. He went from 270 to 170. Why? He's moving. I don't care what it is. Don't have somebody tell you they got the secret workout that only this does this and this burns fat. That's a pile of garbage. Move the body. All right? And the body will respond positively. Don't overthink it, but you do have to move and get that blood flowing throughout your body. Trying to get my next slide up here. Do you have my graph back there? Yeah, though. Well, while they figure that out. So this sarcopenia is an issue that you all have to address. And so these products, here's the way you look at it. They're good enough for world-class athletes, but they're really designed to help you live a long, healthy, productive life. Have confidence. When I listen to Dr. Buckner, you know what he gives me? He gives me confidence. I mean, what that man's done in his lifetime, that is legit. If I could have someone come and grab this. Because my slides are stuck. So GPS products. Let me get into that then while we're working on that. Let's cover this real quickly. And again, for some of you have heard this, but I call it chocolate cake training. You know, anybody remember my chocolate cake training? I think I did it in Korea. I don't even think I did it in this country. But it simply means this. When you go to a restaurant and you sit down next to folks around you, and you eat your meal, and here comes the dessert menu, and you're sitting there, and the waiter says to you, Mr. DuPont, would you like some creme brulee and some raspberry sauce? The flour is almond based, and it's flown in from Australia, and the palate is just unbelievable. And you're sitting there like you're a pretty sharp cat, and you're getting all this. Meanwhile, the Darren Hope family over here has just finished, and he says to this waiter, "Hey, I know what I want. Give me that chocolate cake that you guys got here. Bring that over here." And they bring him the chocolate cake, and this other family's watching him, and Mr. Hogue takes a bite of that, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, honey, oh," and she goes, "Oh, that is just heavenly. Hey, kids." Oh, and the whole table, and the family over here is going, I think I'm going to have the chocolate cake. Okay? Know nothing about anything. Stories sell. Tell people how good you feel. They don't want to hear about ingredients. They don't know anything about anything anyway. They're going to pretend they do. But let's get rocking. I can get sidetracked really easy. This is Energize E2. And the Energize is an amazing product. I really enjoy this. Waking up, taking this first thing in the morning. The reason I really like it, and I certainly like Pure Energy, but the real differentiation, if you will, is that it has an array of amino acids in it, branched chain amino acids, which support muscle. The theme throughout this is keep your muscle, keep your muscle, keep your muscle, keep your muscle. So they have branched chain amino acids in here. I was coaching all the time. These guys would come walking in with two big 16-ounce, I don't need to mention products, but two big 16-ounce energy drinks. And they were just, because they've been drinking these things so much, they get adrenal fatigue. They're unhealthy. You can't slam enough of that garbage down your throat. Sugar, 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 sugar. So this is an extremely low sugar product, only a couple grams. So it's good for you, but it has that base in there to help support lean muscle. Pretty amazing concept. Again, great research, great formulations behind it. Now I like to take this with my Circulate. Circulate is simply an arginine-based product, and there are different levels of arginine, but this is the highest level, arginine pyroglutamate, L-arginine pyroglutamate, which is it's micronized in such a way that it absorbs into your body, even in through your brain, so it immediately gets up in there and does some amazing things. So these two servings together in 16 ounces of water make for a great pre-workout, pre-activity, and quite frankly, if you're just going to work, everybody needs circulation. What the L-arginine does is it goes and it's absorbed on the cell lining, the lining of your stomach, and it helps release nitric oxide. And the nitric oxide goes out and helps all those vascular aspects of your body relax. So where blood flows, nutrition goes. That's what I said, where blood flows, nutrition goes. So these two together in a pre-workout setting, pre-activity setting, health setting, going to work setting, take advantage of this. I know I was with Rich Scheckenbach, and I'm not that smart. The only thing I've done in life that really works is I know enough to hang around smart people. Just hang around them. And I saw Rich get up and mix himself in the morning a Circulate. Didn't even ask him about it. What did I tell you before? If he does it, I'm doing it. That's how I operate. So that's good. Great products to take right away in the day or pre-workout or anything like that. Physically good for you. Also, amino acids in the Circulate. So again, the theme continues. You follow me? The Mumio then is a product in Adapt. And Mumio is an adaptogenic herb, arguably the most powerful herb on the planet. It grows on a bush, and certain times of the year that bush decays, and those leaves start to drip, and those juices collect, and they coalesce, and they gather it, and they call it black tar. Black anabolic for muscle stimulating, muscle synthesizing. They call it black gold over there, in fact. That's how precious it is. Most companies because it's rare, especially if you have the best stuff on the market. They put in about 50 milligrams. Good. 50 milligrams is good. How about 500 per serving? How about 500 per serving? So you take this. I take it when I take it certainly pre-workout, but I'll take it sometimes before bed. I'll take it when I fly. It helps the body. Here's the operative phrase. Mitigate stress. It helps the body deal with stress. Are we not in stress today? I mean, it's just stress, 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 stress. So it helps the body accommodate and deal with the stresses that we're placed under. Physical, emotional, environmental toxins, everything. Incredible product. I've yet to see anybody come out with a product that has 500 milligrams, except right here. So awesome to take with your combination of eat, to energize, and circulate, and your adapt. Okay? I like the word phrase because most people understand adapt. All right? They understand the word adapt. Helps your body adapt, and leave it at that. Okay? So great products, and it delivers in such a way that you can train a little bit longer, and you'll be a little bit stronger, and that's the name of the game when you're training. You're trying to apply tension to your body, stresses to your body. Then you have to resupply it so that those micro tears in your body get basically patched up, and it physically makes you stronger. The cross-sectional nature of your sarcomere, your muscle tissue, then builds and gets bigger and stronger. So you apply the pressures to the human body through whatever you're doing, walking, lifting, running, swimming, whatever you're doing. And then you give it good nutrition. Hydration, always a fascinating topic to me. Because, let me ask you a question. Where in the world have products not innovated in 50 years? 50, not 5, 50. Sports drinks. Sports drinks. In fact, I would make the case they've gone backwards. So, when you look at the sugary nature of those products, they often have up to 50 to 60 grams per bottle. If you took a bottle of that product, any of these products in the market, you put it out in the sun, you could come back in a month and drink it. It's going to taste the same. There's nothing in it. A tibble of sodium and potassium, whoop-de-doo. There's probably a penny and a half worth of raw material in it. In GPS Hydrate, you're only getting 6 to 7 grams of sugar. Your blood, by the way, pumping through your veins right now, coursing through your body, contains about 5 grams of sugar at any given time. 5 grams. That's 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. So why did we give it 50? Makes no sense. They've just never been challenged. Well, we're challenging them, right? All right, so you're talking about 5 to 6 grams in here, which is what your body requires. It's not flooding it. And the presentation earlier today talking about the acid load. That's what you're trying to stay away from. Again, a healthy dose of an amino acid complex blend. Who does that? You know. So, when do you take this? Morning, noon, and night. Anytime you want. Can't go wrong. Can't overdo it. Just a great product to keep the body going. And doctors have a phrase, when you get dehydrated, most of you wake up dehydrated because of the respiratory effects of sleeping all night long. You probably weigh 2 pounds less. But doctors have a phrase called sludge blood. Your blood is about 50% water. And when your blood starts to lose its viscosity, it gets thicker. Your heart's got to pump it, get it in throughout your body, jam it through your brain. You get a headache, you get achy, and all those things obviously are very, very unhealthy. So you want to keep your fluid levels up. So take this when you can, and then a lot of water. Don't get me wrong, you don't live on this stuff. But a couple servings of this a day, with the nutrient value in it, with those amino acids, supporting lean muscle, hydrating the body, giving it a more relevant sodium and potassium. That's the other farce, is the sheer amount of sodium that these companies put in it relative to the limited amount of potassium. The science stagnated 50 years ago. So this is up to speed. This is up to speed. And it's a fabulous, fabulous product. And then perhaps my favorite product is Rebuild. As I mentioned, when you stress the body and you cause the damage and you put it in a state of nutritional dependency, it's incumbent on you to fulfill those needs. Or not. Free country, do what you want. But this product gives you a 1-to-1 ratio of carb to protein, which is what the science says. Most companies out there, I won't name names, have a 4-to-1. Too much sugar, acid load. Why would you do that to an athlete? Anybody. And again, I treat all of you like athletes. You're all athletes. And you have to treat it as such. 2 grams of creatine in every serving, which is about what's in a pound of steak, so that you could certainly go eat steak. But the sooner you get it into your body, the sooner it will suck it up, all right? Those GLUT4 receptors will pull it into the muscle, and you feel better for the next day. Muscle soreness will be pretty much eliminated, regardless of how you train. Okay? So this product is got a blended protein profile, what I call complementary proteins, multiple sources, because one source is not the end all. You've got to complement them with various so that you get the highest, what they call PE ratio. So take this right away. I had a young man I coached, any football nuts, anybody ever heard of Brian Urlacher?
Yeah.
Brian is being inducted with Ray Lewis into the Hall of Fame this year. And I coached Brian 5 years, wonderful young man, came in from Lubbock, Texas. But he put this in his body because this formula in his body, he put on 35 pounds his freshman year. Became an All-American, went on to be drafted in the first round, the rest is history, superstar. He states in an article in Muscle and Fitness, his freshman year, he made the vast majority of his gains. His gains were in college. We don't get blue chippers to New Mexico. Brian was, but nobody else knew that. But we gave him good nutrition, like that Gamecock football team. So, you know, I've got to start winding up due to time. But, you know, I don't think I've done a very good job impressing on you what that line can do for everybody. So foundational, yes. Foundational, yes. But you have to support your foundation with the aspirational elements so you don't start to slip over time. We've all seen people slip, physically slip, start to slip, slippage. And when they start to slip, they start to accelerate. And your bones have to stay strong, but your muscles are what keep your bones strong. When your muscles go away, you're not active. When you're not active, the compressing nature of activity goes away and your bones get weak. So support your muscle and your bones will stay strong. Does that make sense? Yeah. So they're running a sale on the product out there today, only here. I don't want, when I go back there, I'm going to get mad at you. I don't want to see any product. I want to see all that GPS stuff gobbled up for your better future and your better health. And of course, if it runs out, get started. So, in closing, it's been an honor to be here. I don't know if, can you bring up the slide on the package that we're putting up? But it's fun to go out there. I love helping people change. Again, my job was to help people. Here's the promo pack. It's a $20 savings. So that's a $20 savings only here, and I would encourage you to gobble that up. Get started on these products. So I feel like I should keep coaching. I met a bunch of new coaches here already, and I'm like, you know, and I met the wives, and of course I'd say hi to the wives, and then I go talk to the coaches right away, and that's what coaches do. So pray for me. So thank you for your time. Thank you for what you do to help people out there. You have the right motives. This company has got an upside, like it's just on the launching pad. And to see all those new people last night and what they've done in that amount of time, I'm going to tell you what, it puts all of us old leaders on alert going, we better pick up the pace. We have to pick up the pace or they're going to leave us in the dust. All right, and all you new people, I'm going to do the training in October on Vince Lombardi. And it has to do with where Vince Lombardi was wrong about one thing. He said, you never learn anything from losing. Nobody ever learned anything from losing. Vince was wrong. Physiologically, I'm going to prove it in October. Bring a bunch of people to that event. Let's start accelerating the growth of this company by helping